previously coiled in its location, what I would recommend the best way to treat this would be is with a clipping procedure,
Okay.
which requires a craniotomy to stop the blood flow and put a clip across the opening of the aneurysm and any blood from flowing inside there.
Okay. When do you suggest we do that?
Given the current pandemic and given some of the restrictions regarding the hospital beds and the needs of the hospital to take care of the COVID patients, we are probably looking to do that in the next 2 to 3 months, would be my recommendation. But before we even talk about that, we ought to talk about what the procedure looks like and what other options there may be, given that I have a good understanding of it. I want to make sure you have a good understanding of it.
Okay.
So in this day and age, we still treat aneurysms in generally 2 different ways. One is either from inside the blood vessel, like you've had ones done before with either coiling or stenting or other kinds of procedures. And another one is from outside the blood vessel, where we can pinch the opening shut with a spring-loaded clip. Given the location of this and the other aneurysm that would also need to be looked at, given that there's 2 in that same area, I can't treat both of those with a stent. And even if we were to treat this one, the other one, in my opinion, would still be left untreated with a stent. And there's really no more room for us to put any more coils in. So what we're left with based on those modalities is to treat it from outside the blood vessel, which is with a craniotomy for clipping of the aneurysm. And what that involves is,
Hello?
go down.
You're cutting out.
I'm sorry, can you hear me, Ms. London?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. What that involves is us having to make an incision on your scalp, go down to the bone, make a window of bone in the skull, find the aneurysm, and pinch it shut with a spring-loaded clip. The way that works is we bring you into the hospital, the anesthesiologist puts you to sleep and have a tube and a ventilator breathing for you during that time. We then put a tiny little drain in your back to drain some of the brain and spine fluid, very similar to what patients get for an epidural anesthesia. It's the same approach, but it allows us to drain some of the fluid out from the back so that manipulation of the brain is a little bit easier during surgery and safer. We then make an incision on your scalp, and I'm going to stop the sharing of the screen here so you can see me, if that's okay.
Okay.
We then make an incision on your scalp.